if you're recommending that we always keep some observation, some awareness in a situation, how can we be present with complete attention to what is before us, to what we are doing at any moment? That's a good question. So, if you're recommending that we always keep some observation, some awareness in a situation, how can we be present with complete attention to what's before us, to what we are doing, if some of our attention is somewhere else in awareness, the person asks, and that's a good question. Very difficult to answer that. It's so subtle and elusive. At this moment, let's say, my focus, I suppose, is or should be on giving an answer. And so the complete focus should be on formulating the answer. But what's actually the case is there is an awareness of this, of presence. Again, that's language, it makes it into an object. There's a self-awareness, there's the field of awareness. And then there's attention that goes into formulating the words, but that comes out of, it's not separate from the awareness. So the words come out of the field of awareness. And I would say, whatever you do, let's say you are doing some creative work with your hands, let's say you're painting something, and so your attention, of course, needs to be on the visual, the canvas, the colors. But you are not, you are, the awareness is that which is performing the action. The consciousness is that which is performing the action. So you can feel this, the energy field out of which the action arises. You can look at something, let's say, I'm looking at this glass now, and I'm giving my complete attention to this, the glass, the water in the glass, how the light is reflected in it, its slight movement of the water, and I'm observing it. And at the same time, not separate from it, I am aware of the awareness, the energy field with which or through which the perception happens. They are not separate. So I'm perceiving this water not as a person, I'm perceiving it as the field of awareness. And I sense that the water is not separate from it. I sense the energy field of awareness perceiving this. So I'm not really dividing attention, it's a continuum of attention, of sensing the aware energy field and at the same time perceiving the form. So you could say what you're sensing is the formless, and again language misleads us. It's not that you are sensing it, it senses itself, so to speak, is formless, and this is the world of form, the perception of the glass. So if you can sense the formless interacting, so to speak, with the world of form, being the very necessary foundation for the arising of the world of form, that's it. And you're not dividing really, you're not dividing your attention. It's a continuum to be aware of the formless as the underlying energy field of attention or consciousness, and that which arises in the energy field of attention or consciousness. It's a continuum of awareness. It's not a division of there's the form and there's... you don't say I have to keep half the attention, or I might sometimes put it like that, but it's not like that you have half your attention in formless and half in form. It really is a continuum. I could, of course, close my eyes and put away the glass of water so I don't feel it anymore and I don't see it anymore. And then what's left is just that energy field of aware presence. So the glass of water has disappeared. And then I open my eyes again, and there's the world of form again. And I can give attention to it. I can start drawing something. I can take a piece of chalk and draw something on the floorboards. And I'm now giving attention to what I'm drawing. But at the same time, that which is doing the drawing is this field of aware presence. It's not the person is not doing the drawing. The field of aware presence is doing. So there's a continuum. You feel the energy that flows into the doing. They're one. So that's the state of the creative state, although not necessarily at all times when that field arises in you, you may not always be creating something. You may just be perceiving or doing other things, responding to situations. So, yes, you can give your complete attention to something and at the same time feel yourself as the presence that is giving the attention. If you don't, then you lose yourself. You can lose yourself in the activity. The activity is no longer rooted in being. The activity, then you lose yourself in the doing. And then a different energy arises, and you go, and then nervousness might arise, or wanting to achieve something but not getting there. The same applies to thinking. When you think, is there still a field of being? That's another word for awareness. Is the thinking rooted in being? Or is the thinking self-serving? And then you are possessed by it. and no creative thought can ever arise there. So when you have to think about something, you really have to apply thought to a certain situation that perhaps requires thought. You can also, the same thing, you sense the underlying presence, the power out of which the thinking comes. So there's a stillness, and then thinking comes. And at times, in the same way that you can sometimes can close your eyes, you look at it, then you close your eyes, and then you just feel that energy field as yourself. In the same way, when you think, you can sometimes step back from thinking and just go back into the presence, and then apply thinking again. Okay, now this, we can do that, that can be, how can we solve that problem? And then there's always a limit to what you can do with thinking, and then you step back into presence. No thinking. When you come back from presence, you might step back just for a few seconds, or for a few minutes. Or you may let go of thinking for quite a while and go do whatever else you have to do, and when there's some stillness and thinking is applied again, then you may find, suddenly there's a realization, a fresh, a new thought.